I haven't been feeling really well lately, but I think I'm finally like getting my appetite back. So maybe something. I'm hungry.
Green apple.
Green apple? That's horrible.
Okay.
That's horrible.
I make you some toast.
What kind of idiot eats toast? What?
Okay. Cheese shell.
That's not human food.
You want some Oreos?
Oreos? Ah!
Technically, we do have the makings for fish fingers and custard. What kind of a freak eats fish fingers and custard?
I don't know, it sounds good.
Isn't there some prominent pop culture icon who, after crashing into a little girl's house, demanded fish fingers and custard?
He might have gotten a PhD or something.
What would you have called a person like that?
He was definitely a doctor something.
A doctor, but Doctor Who?
But Doctor Who? We're making fish fingers and custard this week on Diners and Dragons. Alright, so we're starting the cooking process?
Yes, as if a Time Lord just crashed into our home.
Okay?
Geronimo!
Alright, so the first thing that we're going to do is make the pudding. Just mix together all the dry ingredients that we have.
We're going to start with the cornstarch?
Yes, we need a 1/4 cup of cornstarch. And then I'm going to be separating the eggs to see if I have any better luck.
Wow, that is a nice separation of an egg.
Thank you.
I guess that's how someone separates an egg.
So now you need 2/3 of a cup of white sugar.
Has there ever been a companion that's really got out of it pretty well?
Well, the pawns were going to be fine for a minute, and then the doctor was like, nope, just kidding. We should probably not include talking about that, because that might be considered spoilers. Spoilers. Shoot. I screwed up one of the 4 eggs.
She screwed it up, so we got the 4 egg yolks separated from the white.
We've got like 3.9 egg
3.9 egg yolks.
So we need a 1/4 teaspoon of salt.
No!
Don't do anything with those yet. Don't touch them. Those are mine.
So now, in our pudding odyssey, we're going to be putting in 2.5 cups of milk.
Add it quite slowly at first, because we got to make sure that the cornstarch is dissolved.
She spilled the milk.
Oh no, I'm turning into Michael.
We're on a cooking show? What?
What?
What's going on here?
What? Cooking show? What?
Lucy, who is your favorite Doctor Who villain?
Ooh.
I know, because that's the thing.
That's a good question.
There's... Who? The Master? The Weeping Angels.
Weeping Angels.
Weeping Angels.
They're definitely the scariest.
My favorite is still the Master, simply because I like the idea of a dark Doctor Who gone wrong.
Now we're adding the eggs, the egg yolks. Looks a little icky.
So do you have to constantly whisk as you do it?
Yes, otherwise the egg will separate out and it will cook.
Right. Here's a question. Would you be the Doctor's companion?
That's a good question, because you get out and you get to do all sorts of crazy things, but you either end up like trapped.
What's starting to happen?
It's starting to get sick.
It's starting to turn into pudding!
Michael, could you get me some butter?
How much butter?
I don't know!
Put the camera down. So, I am adding 2 tablespoons of butter.
I'm adding a teaspoon of vanilla extract. So you mix in the butter, it melts.
Basically, it going from a bowl of milk to pudding all of a sudden happens extremely fast.
Alright, so now we're passing it through a strainer just to make sure that we get out any lumps in case there are any, so that we have a smooth pudding. So pudding needs to be served cold, so we're going to pop that in the fridge while we make our fish fingers.
Okay, now on to delicious fish fingers.
So the first thing that we need is beer.
Oh, no.
We both just sat there and watched it. Neither of us did a single thing to stop it. Now we're adding 2 cups of flour.
Whisking as Lucy adds in the 2nd cup of flour.
Vigorous whisker.
You're like a cat. Vigorous whisker.
Here, and I'm also going to be adding a little bit of cayenne. Now we got to cut up our fishies.
Who knows?
Don't!
What happened?
Oh my god, that's horrible! Never eat raw fish that isn't sushi grade. So Michael.
Yes?
Put the companions of the Doctor in your order from least favorite to favorite.
Least favorite, easy, Donna Noble.
I do know a lot of people who have said that whenever Donna would come up on screen, everyone would expect her to say, "Is it?"
I have to say, Rose.
Oh,
is my second least favorite.
You should be a doctor and have 2 hearts, but instead you have none.
I guess Rory, just because I don't know him that well. And then after Rory, Martha, I'm going to just say it's a tie between Amy and Jack.
Amy, Jack, Donna, Rory, Martha, Rose. Yeah. So we're going to be dredging all of these pieces in flour.
My God, look at this flour!
We're partying hard tonight. We're opening up the second bag of flour.
Getting it all wibbly wobbly, flour, fish, mix.
The cats are going nuts. Everything smells like fish. Dump these guys into the batter.
What? We can't whisk fish?
What?
Get out of town!
Thought this was America. Hey, Michael. Who's your favorite doctor?
And?
That is the correct answer.
What would the doctor look like if he tried to kiss someone?
Are
you ready for the start fire? Okay, here we go! Oh my God! Ooh. Listen to that crackle. We have been frying for a very long time. We've probably
long.
Right. We've probably been frying for about 45 minutes.
I feel like the doctor in that Van Gogh episode where they're like watching Van Gogh painting and they're waiting for the monster to show up, and the doctor's just like, oh, I'm so bored.
Let me look at it.
All right, we are ready to do the taste test.
Why are you wearing a fez hat?
I wear a fez now. Fezzes are cool. Bow ties are also cool.
We have a wine glass full of homemade vanilla pudding. We have a whole mess of fish fingers. We're gonna mix this. I actually wish that we weren't. But we're gonna do it anyway, for science.
Cheers.
See, I
Fish fingers and custard, for science.
For the doctor. I love it. Oh my God.
The flavor of the custard is so strong that it overpowers the fish fingers.
But at the same time, have no mistake, there's like a real meaty, fishy, delicious, golden brown aftertaste to this here custard.
I'm not into it.
Lucy doesn't like it.
I'm not into it. It tastes like what you would expect. It tastes like fish fingers and custard. It's so good.
It's
really, really
very
sweet.
Tasty.
Well, thank you very much for joining us for our third episode of Diners and Dragons.
So please join us next week. Thank you very much for tuning in. And keep cooking and being geeky.
I need to check that, but my hands are covered in egg yolk. Blah.
She flew too close to the sun on wings of spices.
Wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey stuff.
On the plus side, I'm pretty sure that we're looking a lot better than normal.
Well, it's higher definition, so we might actually be looking considerably worse.
Give me that hat.
That's what it would be like every day.
Well, we had a cooking show.